copters to keep killing innocents abroad. Let's hear it for statistics. How many animals are murdered in the poor and battered Gulf? How many soldiers suicided and overdosing in Afghanistan, Iraqistan, New Yorkistan, Iranistan, San Franciscostan? How many are raising their knives to have done with the humiliated lives worth less than barrels of oil? Or putting gun barrels to brains instead of making the BP rats meet the most gigantic cats in human history, licking our chops, dying for ratatouille between our teeth. La prossima è piccolo, troppo piccolo, poesia d'amore. E questa blu. Love comes over me like someone who walked away and left her white dress with the little blue flowers behind. Behind, going into the future radiantly naked. What am I to do with it? Put it on? I don't wear dresses. I love what's inside them. But this one is so sad and alone. I'll just let it lie a while on my chest, against the curve of my arm, and just let the blue flowers be blue. La prossima è una poesia sulla strada in San Francisco. Human interlude for Terry Garvin. She was standing against the wall near the Tevra Hotel, holding a plastic cup as it began to rain. I dug for a coin, walked up to her and dropped it in. It fell to the bottom of an orange drink. I blushed, looked into her ravaged eyes and skin and hair prematurely graying, and said I was sorry, I thought you needed some bread. I do, she said, and smiled. I was just having a little drink. And we stood there, laughing together, as we watched the raindrops fall on the orange lake above the drowning money. La prossima è un'altra arcano, l'altro arcano io leggerò questa serata, per un compagno, grande compagno africano-americano, Amiri Baraka, che è morto in gennaio un anno fa. The Amiri Arcane, in memory of Amiri Baraka, 1934, 2014. To give it out and keep on keeping on giving it out with savvy and sound-wise, profoundly, in demonic slang of a people whose fires made all the people of here and now for 20 score years jump for joy and knock out the window. Sing for song being, as he read early on in R.I.O.T. And how true is this, the brother of the king, the Level Everett Leroy, who became Amiri, the emir of poetry, and the brother of the challenger, the overturner, Amira, our Lord and King, His Majesty be exalted. 2. Bringing it to the page's score, that old new thing made of slave memory, the spittle of horse in the mouth and horn of the saxophony of Charlie Parker. Oh blues, was one of you, son of a best of the black, who knew the whole subtleties of your smooth gradation, how low down can be so low, and so far down to come up for air, you hear, is to be higher than over a dam. And even when she, Kina, talk about blues, oh baby, we got, I mean, you heard that black hole in the sky? Well, Amiri's going left one hell of a blue hole in the gut of the human soul. His rage, right on. His litany ran, fight back against the right-wing attack. A titan plowing into the iceberg of white supremacy. Whether vanguard in lit, blackguard in poetry, or vanguard in unity, struggle, unity, creating in diabs of voodoo steps, the Potomentan, the center pole of workers, under the direction of the working class, as backward, yet black forward, and blockward, it all seems spinning toward, and the screw of fascism tightens every day. Still, his who, ask the question in Somebody Blew Up America that all of us know the answer to. So what are we waiting for? Nothing. No, if you love her. No, I do love her. A revolution. Andiamo. La prossima poesia e anche leggo specialmente per musicisti qui, è dedicato a un compositore la tradizione dopo Anton Weber, Arnold Schoenberg, dopo la guerra seconda, prima e dopo. Cornelius Cardew di Inghilterra, attualmente nato in Galles. Cornelius Cardew negli anni 60, 70, sperimentalmente compositore. Lui ha lavorato con tanti compositori e a un punto lui ha scritto un libro attaccando Karl-Heinz Stockhausen e John Cage as being compositore nel servizio di imperialismo, e lui, Cornelius Cardew, con altri compagni, ha formato un piccolo partito comunista in Inghilterra. Lui era ucciso nell'incidente breve tempo dopo questa, in anno 83, un incidente che l'altra macchina, l'altro guidatore non è trovato, e coincidentemente lui è ucciso sul giorno del mio compleanno. Io ho scritto questo per lui specialmente. The night for Cornelius Cardew, people's composer. There's a night that does not fall when the sun dies, that does not belong to the clock, yet is worn like an invisible armband of a millennial moment. A child is born and wears it, no matter he suckles in joy or wails at a starving dog. There is a night music burned into the soul of every atom, a music that belongs to the motion of that endless night, so excruciating in its truth, so elemental in its resonance of dissonant despair. It is rarely performed. It is unbearable with grief. Its skits and books lie in boxes, in cellars or attics of houses, where people listen to sounds of popular liberation, music that carry them from one copacetic joy to the next, to their day. Sometimes this other music will manage to find its way out of a darkness that amounts to subversion. A record will be made, a concert performed. It will arise and present itself as the night that underlies all the nights, so desperate for breath. Sounds are made to fill up every hole, so that this other music, this other night, not be sounded. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it finds through a crack in the headlong rush of survival a solitude that calls it forth, a conjunction of sorrows that needs it and would need it by means of the fluttering hands of their hearts into a bread that really is present. Then we can hear it emerging with fingers scraping on the ceiling of our own screaming, gagging mouths, with rifle butts unbrained and raisin eyes floating in sockets of blood, with riddles of bullets down the back of a child, with the sounds of ankles being broken, with the crackles of immolation and the white bottle of gasoline drunk by a collapsing wall. It emerges. which triumphed and died, and the time it will take to die of it the rest of our lives. Poesia, specialmente per tutti, tutte le mie poesie per tutti, ma questa ode specialmente deluce che la parola prima questa serata. Path. Go to your broken heart. If you think you don't have one, get one. To get one, be sincere. Learn sincerity of intent by letting life enter, because you're helpless, really, to do otherwise. Even if you try escaping, let it take you and tear you open like a letter sent, like a sentence inside you waited for all your life, though you committed nothing. Let it send you up. Let it break you, heart. Broken-heartedness is the beginning of all real reception. The ear of humility hears beyond the gates. See the gates opening. Feel your hands going akimbo on your hips. Your mouth opening like a womb giving birth to your voice for the first time. Go singing, whirling into the glory of being ecstatically simple. Write the poem.
C'è Hirshman e R.I.O.T Orchestra. E Agneta Falco, ovviamente.
Bene, signori, facciamo una presentazione di questa R.I.O.T.
Beh, Pippo, tu sei il presentatore.
Ufficiale.
Io però ho l'onore, a differenza vostra, di sedermi sulla stessa sedia. La R.I.O.T è la Rossani Impro Orchestra Terror.
Vai.
Perché chi cazzo lo conosce, Terrone maledetto? Possiamo vedere nell'ordine, col suo cespuglio scompigliato, anarchico, super spettinato, Daniele Silvestri, Daniele Strippoli. Alla sua sinistra, seduta comodamente, dopo aver cinschigliato con la sua voce, a volte dolce, a volte suave, come si dice a Bari, a volte infantile, ma altre volte Ilaria Strippoli. Direttamente dalla Calabria profonda. Lui è un residuo dei calabresi che c'erano ieri, perché noi diamo continuità alla cosa politica. Chine di Anduia che gli esce dalle orecchie. Turbo! Lei a vederla è così dolce, è così carina che non mi viene niente. Jeanette. No, mi suggeriscono Jeanette.